can share the screen with your agenda, and then we'll just see how long I personally can last through this meeting. But
well,
I mean, I'll be here, but you know what I mean.
I know you don't feel good, but I know Vanessa had something to share.
Exactly. So
well.
Luckily I'm here so I can make everybody, do everything. But here's your agenda. You can call your meeting to order.
Yeah, we can be short, sweet, and to the point today, since it's out of sequence as far as the meeting time is concerned. And welcome. Is it Nuriel?
It is. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us tonight on a out of the ordinary night. And we'll start the meeting. The meeting will be officially begin at 6:05, Dorit. And I can't even see the agenda.
So the agenda, the item is, well, the first thing to draw everyone's attention to is the determination to continue to hold meetings virtually. This is based on the new state law that allows virtual governance to continue, with a caveat in the case of neighborhood councils that the Board of Neighborhood Commissioners and the department adopt a monthly finding that due to COVID still continuing, meeting in person would present imminent risk to health and safety of attendees. So we don't need to do anything. We draw attention, and then you do your welcome call to order, introductions, and approval of the agenda.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Thank you, Laura. We called the order at 6:05. And the introductions, yes. Could Nuriel begin?
Yeah, sure. So nice to meet you all. My name is Nuriel. I'm a fairly new resident to the neighborhood, moved to Harvard Heights in July. I work as a doctor. I'm a neurologist over at Keck USC and at LA County USC. A really good handful of my patients are homeless or housing insecure. And so it's an issue that's near and dear to my heart, not just here in our neighborhood, but also at work. And so I'm happy to join you all and learn more.
Oh, that's wonderful. Someone asked me for a neurologist last week. I used to teach out at Keck at School of Allied Health.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Vanessa?
Hello, everyone. My name is Vanessa Gutierrez. I use she, her pronouns. I am from LASA, and I am the Community Relations Coordinator for Spastics. Good to see you all.
Thank you. Dorit?
Hi, everyone. My name is Dorit. I am on the Board of Neighborhood Councils and a member of this committee. Tori runs a great meeting, so you guys will all be entertained. Nuriel, if I pronounce your name wrong, I'm sorry. Since you're new to the neighborhood, do you want to join Neighborhood Council? We have an opening in for the Harvard Heights area. So, why don't you jump in with both feet?
Right.
Yeah, we do have an opening. We could definitely use another member from Harvard Heights on the Neighborhood Council. I love what Keck Medical School and what USC is doing with the street medicine programs. It's seriously awesome. Love to see you guys in the field. Thanks all. I'll be quiet now.
Yes. Who else is on? I cannot tell, but let me look.
There's a calling user.
Yeah, and I can't tell as long as I'm sharing the screen, Tori.
Right. No. Who call-in user? Can you identify yourself? Call-in user 1. Well, Laura, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, well, I'm Laura Myers. I'm the Zoom host for this and the other meetings, and I'm not feeling well. I live in Angeles Vista. I'm on the UNNC board, and I am the current president and a little boggle-brained at the moment. Sorry.
Don't worry. I just appreciate you coming through, even though you're not feeling well. So,
But I'm not looking
perhaps-
so good either, as I can see in the video, but be that as it may.
hey, at least they can see you. I'll have this light shadow and everything around me is like, oh goodness. I don't know. But I don't know who the call-in user one is. However, we will continue. And I'm Tori Bailey, the chair of Homelessness Liaison within the UNNC footprint of CD10. And this is one of the passions, is to help people, helping ladies right now with Project Room Key. And we have 56 of them now left. They're slowly but surely getting their permanent housing. I think 3 are supposed to get 3, 4, maybe 5. I think are getting permanent housing this week. So slowly but surely. But I've identified a couple of gaps in the system of homelessness when it comes to the mental illness portion and those who will not be able to live on their own. You know, they have to have some type of, they can have their own room, but I don't believe they can live on their own in the individual permanent housing situation. So we got to identify Nerio, we got to identify places that could be a communal, but not living in the same space, where they have their own individual doors and locks and keys, but somewhere that can cook for them, somewhere where they can do their laundry. So that's something we have to work on in the future to close the gaps that's out there.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll find somewhere for them.
Tori, could we
Caller.
approve the agenda so that I can unshare the screen?
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
Well, let me look at it. Public comments. Community engagement for the homeless now. Round robin. Oh, we kind of flipped it this time. Okay. Old business follow up. Sure. I approve the agenda as it reads.
Okay. And are there any objections to this agenda? I doubt.
Well,
Okay.
the next meeting is December 16th, which is a off scheduled month as well because of the holidays. So make a notation of that.
Okay. I'm going to
Okay,
stop the
thank you.
share.
Okay.
Thank you.
Woo.
There we go.
Woo.
And
Okay.
Vanessa, I know there's public comments, but then I will make you a co-host.
Yeah. Okay. Any public comments from the floor? Muriel, would you like to update us on what you're doing, or any public comment that you'd like to share with us now? 2 minutes.
I'm just here to listen and learn, but thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You have any?
I got really nothing. Just, I'm really happy that CD10 is now a hub for outreach workers. I'm lucky in that a lot of the clients I'm working with in my other job are getting housed because so many buildings are coming online.
Right.
I will say there is a lot of housing out there right now for veterans and persons who are HIV positive.
Mhm.
So if anyone comes across somebody like that, we can work to get them into housing, at least in SPA 4. I don't know in SPA 6. I'm SPA 6 is a different world to me, but there is spaces in SPA 4. And this is good to know that we've done so much building that we have these units available.
Right. I have a couple that have a diagnosis. So if you can text me, or however you want to do it, let me know how we can make that happen.
How about a phone call?
Sounds
Texting
good.
requires spelling, and I don't do that well, so
That's fine. I'll call
Alrighty.
you later today or tomorrow.
tomorrow, girl. It's
Yes.
tomorrow.
Okay. That sounds good. Okay, Laura.
Yes. So this is more on the line of preventing homelessness as opposed to solving a person's current homelessness. The organization SAGE, which stands for Strategic Actions for a Just Economy, they're doing daily urgent in-person support meetings for tenants who need help with their ERAP application. So that's the state applying to the state program for money to pay both their back rent and their future rent. So I can post this into the chat. But again, it's more about preventing homelessness than it is helping someone who's already homeless, but I'll post it in.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
And I will lower my hand.
Nuriel has his hand up.
I was just going to ask, you're mentioning that there's ample resources for folks who are veterans and folks who are HIV positive. Are those through VA and AIDS Healthcare Foundation, or who are those? Who's the housing available through for those folks?
It's through what's called the Coordinated Entry System, which is it's just a big database of persons who are unhoused and housing resources. Most of this housing were built, like the VA stuff, the veteran stuff is all funded through the VA, but it's managed through LASA and through the county and the city.
Got it.
Are you working with a veteran, sir?
I'm not right now, no.
Why don't I toss my email in the chat or a phone number, and we can chat at another time.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Because my understanding is Keck is probably in SPA 4, so that would be the area that I know.
Right.
That sounds good. Our patients come from kind of all over, though, so actually it'll be good for me to sort of a little wider base. But I think you're right. Thank you.
Hi, Gisa. Well, also, I do want to say in my fogged brain today, I made a mistake and I shared everyone's email with everyone else on the email that I sent out with the agenda. So, I think I wouldn't normally do that, but Dorit, you have Nuriel's email and vice versa already. Oops, sorry.
Also, Nuriel, our upcoming speaker, Vanessa Gutierrez, is from one of the agencies that Dorit just mentioned, LASA. So you'll get to learn a little more about that agency as we go along. Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
We have a newcomer. Do you want to introduce yourself, Gisa?
Oh, Gisa's on?
She is.
Hi, Gisa.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gisa.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you, Tori?
I'm good. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with them chairs, but a couple of people expressed interest, but they don't know how to get it to where they need to get it. So,
well, if you let me know, my husband can get it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
His car is big enough. Mine is not.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's talk about that probably on next Tuesday.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, we'll do that. Would you like to say a few words of introduction of yourself?
Is there something specific? I missed the first few minutes. So is there something specific?
There's a quick introduction since this is going to be a shorter than usual meeting.
Well, I'm Gisa and I'm a teacher. I have a daughter and a husband and I live in West Adams.
Oh, goodness. What grade is daughter?
She is in 7th grade.
Oh, good. Oh, well, that's that age.
It sure is.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, Vanessa Gutierrez is the speaker for this evening, and we're going to go ahead and get started. And it is currently 6:18, Vanessa. So you have the floor. And whenever you finish, we'll do a little round robin about what's new in news regarding homelessness or what have you. And then we'll probably adjourn a few minutes early and then take it from there.
Okay, great. Let me make sure I can share my screen real quick.
Yeah, there you go.
This is not what you want to see. That's a bunch of homeless count stuff. Here we go. All right. Actually, let me. Sorry, bear with me just 1 second.
Yeah, so the slides you're going to show, is this what we would normally see in the count this time?
This is more of the information about the count, updates, and kind of why we do it. So it's just a little bit of that background, and then I'll allow for questions at the end if people have any.
Okay,
So,
wonderful.
Okay, great. All right, so thank you so much, you guys, for letting me come to this meeting and providing this information to you. Again, my name is Vanessa Gutierrez. I am the LASA Community Relations Coordinator for SPA 6. So this is a wonderful presentation about homeless count. So why we do the count, it's a nationwide event. This is a county-wide specific event that we're hosting. The reason why we do this is where we are able to identify where local data is needed, and it supports the resources and funding for each of the local communities. We do it so we can help drive policy changes. And wow, this is really sensitive, sorry. We help provide policy changes and funding decision strategies in each of the local 8 service planning areas throughout LA County. What it consists of are 4 different components. We have the unsheltered street count, we have the youth count, which looks very different. It is a 10-day process instead of a 1-day event that the adults have. The reason why the youth do that is because the methodology is different. Youth are not typically sleeping in tents or RVs and things like that. It's more couch surfing. They might be staying with a friend. And so it's a 10-day process. So we are able to ensure that we capture those individual youth. So there's I think it's a four different shifts every day for 10 days that volunteers are going out to do those surveys. And they also have youth that participate in the surveys to identify other youth. And then we also have the demographic survey and the shelter count, which means LASA County and the city all work together to identify all the housing programs throughout LA County to count the beds that are being provided, that are being utilized, and that are not being utilized. So we can be a little bit more efficient on getting people into beds that are available when people are sleeping on the street. So a little bit of background, this is why, so LA County is the it's the highest rate of homelessness, and we have the least amount of affordable housing out of the entire nation for a metropolitan city. So every time, despite all of our hard work and efforts, every time 207 people are housed, 227 are pushed into homelessness. So it is a slowly sinking ship that we're trying to fix and mend by creating other housing opportunities. Specifically in SPA 6, we have the 2nd highest rate of homelessness other than Skid Row. So at any point in time in California, and specifically in LA County, we have one of the highest rates of homelessness in the entire nation. Homeless count consists of 3 nights for adults. Again, it looks very different for youth, so I just want to make sure that we're keeping them separate, but also I'm informing you about them. So this year it's the 25th, 26th, and 27th. The 27th is the evening of SPA 6. We are actively looking to recruit volunteers and create more awareness about the count, why it's important, and then also helping identify, volunteers in different spaces. One of the new updates that we have this year that is very different is that we partnered with Aikido Connect for a mobile app. And we are able to utilize this when we are out conducting the count. And we are now able to get rid of the tally marks. It's old school, like paper counting that we are able to now utilize on a phone. And then also the technology allows you to get more accurate data for every deployment site that is in SPA 6 or throughout the county. Right. It's a great update. So during the count, LASA will provide all the PPE, they will provide all the training for the volunteers, and we will also help coordinate with the deployment site coordinators to ensure each of the deployment sites are supported. I'm going to see if I can share my, let me see, yeah, share sound. Okay, so hopefully this will work. I have a short little video.
You might have to take, oh, there you go.
There we go. Let me know if you can't hear it though. There we go.
The Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count is returning January 25th to 27th, 2022. We're looking forward to hosting volunteers across the county to help us count our neighbors experiencing homelessness. Every year, the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority leads the process of counting our unsheltered homeless neighbors over 3 nights in January. Our volunteers count individuals, vehicles, tents, and makeshift shelters. Government agencies, including LASA, use the data collected during the count to develop strategies to end homelessness and determine where funding and resources will do the most good. While we didn't host a homeless count last year, we've used that time to make some improvements on how we count our unsheltered neighbors. This year, we are replacing paper tally sheets with the new Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count app. This will improve our data gathering and quality assurance processes during the upcoming street count. In light of COVID-19, we will also take every precaution to ensure the count is conducted in accordance with current Department of Public Health guidelines. Every year, over 8,000 community members participate in the Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count. We cannot have a successful count without you, our volunteers and partners. A registration to participate in the street count will open on October 7th. Please help us make the 2022 Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count the best one yet by registering to volunteer at theycountwillyou.org.
Great. Okay. Put this back up. There we go. All right. Oh, this is a very touchy. I don't know why this is so I'm so sorry. Hold on. Okay. So as you can see, just in the little phone app, it'll show you the different locations of where you'll be inputting the information, as well as a map of where you'll be going. Typically when volunteers sign up, it's about a 2-hour shift that you go and do out and conduct on a specific little site that you're assigned to, and to ensure that you're covering we cover all the spaces that have been identified for each of the sites. Again, LASA is encouraging everybody to follow the CDC guidelines. Sorry, we are doing our best measures to make sure that we're using that as our guideline for safety, safety for everybody, including those that are conducting it, hosting it, and participating in it. So we're taking every measure. We're trying to do a hybrid type model when we're identifying a deployment site. And a deployment site is where everybody comes to engage in the count at a specific zip code. And that would be hosted by a different provider that I coordinate with and make sure they have all the training equipment, the PPE, and everything else to host that for that evening. So this will all be provided for from LASA. Again, we're trying to ask that people register online on the theywillcountyou.org. One person can register a team of 3. We're asking people to do that so they feel comfortable riding in a vehicle with people that they know, either their vaccination status or that they're in their inner circle and they are comfortable riding a vehicle with them. We will not be providing any COVID or vaccination status or COVID testing, just because it will be too complicated during the night of the count, as we need about 1,000 people for SPOS 6 alone for that evening. So we're asking people to do what they're comfortable with and sign up with people that they know, or they know their vaccination status. And you can do that right here on that website. And again, you can sign up at your local zip code or whatever zip code you want to go and participate in, and you can do that right there. And just so you all aware, and I'll give you this PowerPoint. These are a couple of different resources if you know somebody or you want somebody comes in and you're working with them. Here are a few websites that are super, sorry, I don't know why this is so fidgety. The 1 Degree resource is very helpful because it helps any population and any age. If you are working with youth, the What I Need app is specifically for youth, and it will help countywide access different resources for that individual. And then for adults, we have other services up in here with safe parking and DMH clinics and access centers. I also wanted to bring to light the lahop.org. That is specifically for people to call our outreach workers. This basically is like a ticket. You go online, you say where you see somebody who's experiencing homelessness, and you can provide the cross streets or location of where they're at. And within 72 hours, somebody from our outreach team will come out and canvass that area to ensure if that person is still there, that they are provided with housing resources at an access center so they can get their foot in the door and get the services that they need. This is our Homeless Count 22 flyer. It has a QR code that you can sign up right there, and it'll take you to the theywillcountyou.org. I'm also working on developing a flyer specifically for SPOS 6 for the 27th. And that I should have that out before next week, before Thanksgiving. But I will be providing this to you all. And if you can help spread awareness and help recruit people, that would be greatly appreciated. Everyone is assigned to, so basically LASA created our team, the community relations team, to help coordinate the homeless count and also start building rapport and mending the relationship that LASA's reputation in the community. We're working on improving that, which is why we all have specifically identified people who have a background within those local areas. And so I've currently been working in SPOS 6 for about 4.5 years now. So I'm very much aware of some of the specific needs and, you know, unsafe areas where people need additional assistance for the count, and making sure that, you know, we're hitting those highly populated areas of people who are experiencing homelessness. And again, the website is here that you can go to register. I literally can walk you through that real quick if you bear with me for just a second. Let's see, open hyperlink.
Whatever.
Oh, I'm showing you how to register online. So this is the website, the theywillcountyou.org. Again, it says it's for 3 nights, but the SPOS 6 area is on the 27th. And you can see here that you can literally pick whatever count or zip code you want to go to, and then you can register that way. So I'm just gonna put in.
Oh yeah, so we have a particular place, Vanessa, that we're trying to direct people to, and I think it's probably called West Adams. If you scroll farther down, West Adams.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So this one, and then you can choose the site right there. And this is the appropriate address, correct?
Yes, Holman Methodist Church, Adams and
Okay.
4th Ave.
That's
So,
great.
yep, so you can register. Again, we're asking people to register with a team of 3. So everybody is comfortable with each other's vaccination status. And you can do that, as you can see, with different team members. So you can do yourself, a friend, or another family member right there, and then RSVP right there. So we're trying to make it convenient and easy for everyone.
Right. And is it correct, Spa 6 ends at Washington Boulevard?
That's a good question. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I think
It
that's what
does.
Dorit has told us in the past.
It does. It ends at Washington, at least for the UNNC boundaries.
Okay.
So when I say we've been focusing on that is because that's where Tori works out of, but we likely will also we'll have to figure out some communications because we'll have people who want to count north of Washington. So, so that'll, and it's the same night, I believe.
Yes, it is. Well, usually we would get a lot of volunteers from the county, some from USC,
Right.
and that was every year. We had at least 200 volunteers. Now, I don't know how. I usually put the groups together if they don't come with their own team, and maybe a third would come with their own team. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this works.
Right. So that's why we're trying to just have people register with somebody they know, their family, or maybe, as long as everybody's over 18, no one's going to be getting out of the vehicle other than potentially when you're signing in and you're getting the training. When you're out on the count, you will not be getting out of your vehicle. You will be doing things on the app. But yeah, we're trying to create some type of drive-through process if possible, depending on which deployment site that we're at. But we're trying to find venues to be able to utilize the outdoor space or a large indoor space, so we're able to stay 6 feet apart and socially distanced.
Yeah, well, we have the lot and space for it. It's just a matter, it's gonna be interesting.
And so the other thing is, and this is for Vanessa, but everybody, UNNC will have a big tent and 2 tables set up for us at Ciclavia at the hub that's at Exposition and Crenshaw. So our Lizzie is coordinating it as our outreach chair, but she's actually asking each committee to sort of come up with a poster and a project that they're doing handouts on. And obviously this would be, I think at this point, for the homelessness committee, but will there be little postcards, Vanessa, that we could get, or only the paper flyers? Not that that's a bad thing, but.
I don't know that for sure. I can request them. Were they the ones that were double-sided?
Yeah, it'd be good if it was English and Spanish. I mean, but anyway, we can talk offline. But the idea, Lizzie's idea is that each committee may take a part of this, come together at one of the times. In other words, we'll be there all day. We don't expect all committees to be there all day. But for this, the homeless count, we could have the material there all day. So, and I don't know if this is going to work out. This is our dream. It's on Sunday, Sunday, December 5th, and the whole the route for Ciclavia starts or ends at Crenshaw Expo, goes south on Crenshaw to Martin Luther King, and then east on King all the way to Central Avenue. So for your purposes, you may want to be at more than one hub. Vanessa, we're not going to be at more than one hub. And we're inviting other organizations because 2 tables is a lot of space. So anyway.
Oh, that'd be great. Vanessa, just so you know, there are cards. They're green, blue, and white normally. And they have all the dates on them. So I always circle the 27th so people know that's our date
Okay.
and put the zip code on them. So that's what I normally do, so they know what to put since we go on zip code first.
Right.
So
But
when
we
do
definitely need a postery thing with a QR code, because most of the people going to Ciclavia, they're not grabbing paper because they're riding their
Right.
bikes. Or they're right,
Right.
or, you know, I mean, Dorit can explain more because she does it. But so the idea is if there's QR codes, people can just grab them on their phones too.
Okay.
Yeah, they use.
Requesting that in English.
There's a lot of people walking around too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that'd be great if we could do that. But they do. We usually have stacks of those cards, Vanessa. So as soon as you get them, let me know, and anytime before December 5th would be
Okay.
great. Yeah.
I will work on that.
Well, let's say any time before December 4th, because we're going to be up pretty darn early on December 5th because we have to be set up by 9 o'clock.
Ooh, that's why I said before December 5th.
Yeah.
Anytime before then, I can meet her and get them, and
Yeah.
we'll have a stack
you.
and prepare them for distribution.
I'll try to get by like the 1st or something, so we don't have to stress about it, and you have everything you need for it. So yeah, I'll work on that and request that. I do know that we're short. I don't know why we're short, but we're short flyers and things like that. I believe we've ordered them, but I don't know how long those take to get printed and sent back to us.
Right. And again, we should put you in contact with Rachel at Ciclavia, because you should have, there's 3 or 4 other hubs. You know.
Yeah, that'd be
so-
great. This is my first count. So if you can kind of steer me and e-intro, that would be phenomenal.
Right.
And I'll be sure to email you guys the PowerPoint with the flyer, and then also a list of the winter shelters. I'm not sure if you guys have that yet.
Oh, I do need that. I do
Okay.
need that. Yeah.
I'll be sure to send that all into an email after this meeting.
Okay.
And then Vanessa, is there an overall press release on this? I'm not just on SPA 6, and the reason is, I mean, we could also on our website run a news story.
I think the more press and media attention we can get, the better, because it is a very different, unique count that probably will never
Right,
be.
but I wonder if somebody's written up a press release, or do we need to essentially assign a journalist, as it were, a citizen journalist from UNNC to write a story? That's the other option. But if there's a PR person who's done this, it'd be easier.
I don't. So my
it's already a press release. It should be on LASA's website.
Yeah, there should be something on the website. So
Yeah,
just
they already
send someone to
have
the
it
website.
Yeah, they have it every year.
Vanessa, I'm trying to do the minutes, and I'm sorry. What night was the youth count, or what nights were the youth count?
The youth count is January 20. It's the 22nd, and which is a Saturday, and it ends on Monday the 31st.
Cool. Thank you so much. I just wanted to put that in the notes. And for someone who's interested in youth count, could they sign up at They Count Will You, or do they have to sign up in a different location?
It'll be layouthcount.org.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm sorry, last thing. For the notes, I'd like to include your PowerPoint. Is that asking too much of you, or can you send that?
I can send it as a PDF with all that information. And it'll have the promo video that I just showed you as well.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, what time is it out there?
6:43.
6:43. Wow, good timing. Vanessa? Oh, whose hand is up right there? I can't. Dorit,
Yeah, at the moment it was Dorit's, and there's no hands raised, but you know, this would be the time if anyone else has questions.
Laura, I see a hand up.
Yeah, I don't. If somebody has their hand up, please just yell out your comment or question right now.
Yes. It's
Call
calling you one.
There you go.
Go ahead.
But they're muted. Here we go.
Yes, good evening. Much like UNNC and some adjacent neighborhood councils, there's a major thoroughfare that goes through it. And I'm speaking of the Santa Monica 10 freeway. And also there's a Bayona Creek. Can you tell me and share with me as a resident of the area, how do you even count occupants in those areas? Because considering there are these huge signs, state of California, no trespassing, there are numerous numbers of encampments. Can you share with me, do you go onto that property and include them as part of this count? Thank you for your consideration.
Can you give us your name so we can address you properly?
Tori, it's not a requirement at a meeting.
I know.
Okay.
I know, but
Yeah.
the way we count,
Yeah, I know, but let Vanessa answer her question if that's okay.
did she address? Oh, she asked Vanessa.
Yeah.
So just so I'm understanding the question fully, are outreach teams going out to count people at a specific location where it's known of a high population of people experiencing homelessness?
Vanessa, I think she was addressing along the freeways, along Bayona Creek. These are not, you can't drive to them. And they're behind no trespassing gates.
Vanessa, I'm gonna let you off the hook. This is your first time. I'm not gonna put you on the spot. Now, call-in user one. We normally are assigned maps that are pre-drawn, documented with the street names and boundaries. So that's all we count is what we are assigned. So we don't go outside those parameters. We, on average, we've had about 55 maps in the past, and we count every last one of them. Some teams are a little more energized, and sometimes they come in and finish the few maps I've given, and they'll go back out and do more until we're finished. So we do 100% every year, and that's how we get it done, is by the maps we are assigned. So now if you know anything different from that, Vanessa, that they've mentioned, then let us know.
Could I add that, yeah, there are certain areas that are not trusted to civilians to count or to volunteers, like the LA River and certain freeway on-ramps and everything, and those will be counted by specialized teams that are LAHSA employees who have been trained and are experienced and skilled in working in that type of terrain. So every inch of Los Angeles County, actually every inch of the United States will wind up being counted. And here in Los Angeles County, for areas that are too dangerous for volunteers to go, specialized trained teams will go and count those areas.
Correct. Thank you, Dorit. There's two more hands I see. Dorit was one again. You have a question, Dorit?
No, I was just answering that question. Let me take my hand down.
Okay, and then there's another hand. Okay, both went down. Okay. Any questions, Muriel?
None. Registered and ready to go.
Oh, you just registered?
I think I registered a few days ago, but yeah, I'll see if I can get some friends together too to join in.
Oh, wonderful. That'll be great. That will be great. So whenever we get the cards, we'll prepare them to be ready and put on the table for Ciclavia and other opportunities that we come across up until the date, up until the day of. People are usually coming in. It's usually on a Thursday for us. And so we try to get done by midnight, but if we're not finished with all our maps, we'll finish. But we did really good in 2020. Wait a minute.
2019.
No, 2020. We did 2020 because we didn't know COVID was no shutdown yet until March.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So we did 2020. So this will be exciting. So I must have had uh I kept mentioning at all the counts. I said I'd be glad when we stop counting people and start counting housing. And so I'm glad that's an addendum for us this year. I'm so happy about that because otherwise, how do you know who to match where, when, how, and what you're doing? So that works out perfect. So I'm sure it's about 6:50 now. Any further questions or?
Yeah, Tori, I had one more question for
Go ahead.
Vanessa. What happens if a person has signs up by themselves on the website and then they find two friends? How do they go backwards to bring the two friends onto their team? Is there?
They can just register the other two people individually and then show up in a car together, or just plan to meet up somewhere and like meet up together in a vehicle. So they're or they can meet there and just all say, we signed up and we wanted to do this together because we know each other.
Yeah. And some brave souls will get in the car with other people like they've been doing, but we have space to put the cars that stay on the lot, and we have different levels where they can park. There's one other thing. Oh, we'll still have the waivers, right?
Correct.
Okay. As long as we have the waivers, I can have everybody accounted for.
I'm also working on collecting the community agreement forms that I need to resend. I don't know what happened with our contract team, but I have to resend those all out to have an updated.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but we're looking to collect those in about by next week or before Thanksgiving, if possible.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
So
Well, on that, I may have to go in person. Maybe I'll do that Sunday. I just print it out and have them sign it.
right.
That's what I'm gonna have. That's what it looks like I'm gonna have to do
Mhm.
in our case. Okay. Well, that was fantastic, Vanessa. Good presentation. You get used to everything. The more you say it, the more you know it.
Very
And
true.
so we look forward to making it happen in 2022. That sounds so funny. 2022. And if there's any public comments? Anyone?
You mean
Any hot
for
topic?
round robin? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Round robin. We usually have that before the presentation.
So sorry, Tori.
I know, that's okay. So it doesn't sound like any hot topics. I was trying to think. It was some things I was looking at earlier, but the project room keys are getting permanent housing, and everyone. That's a good news. But I am looking forward to that list of the shelters, Vanessa, as soon as possible. Because I ran across a couple of youth that were homeless, and I sent them somewhere, but it doesn't mean that I'm sure she took them in. But we'll see what happens. It'd be good to have options.
So
depending on
Tori, I need to tell you that the other nuance of AB 361 is if we announce that a meeting is lasting until 7, it has to last till 7. So we need 7 more minutes of something.
7 more minutes. Okay.
7 more minutes. We can't close the meeting until 7. So sorry.
That's fine.
We all start singing.
Well, singing would be fine, but if anybody has truly anything else to talk about on the homeless count or anything else related to homelessness, housing people, anything.
Is everyone on the call signed up? I know I did mine. We know. Gisa, did you get a chance to register?
I did. I registered, and one of my friends
yeah, you
registered
did.
as well.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, you decided not to take daughter for this experience?
You know, I chatted with her, and she's worried about being able to get her homework done. So
Right. That makes sense because we do start around 6:30ish,
yeah,
and they last quite a while. So yeah, tell
because
her
it's a
next year.
Thursday, right? It's a Thursday. It's a school night, right?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if dad just wants a, well, this nothing is normal like we normally do. Normally, if a youth comes, I have them pass out the flashlights or something like that, so they feel like they're doing something. But
Yeah,
this time,
she would have loved that, but
uh-huh.
she slammed in middle school with so much homework.
Oh, I can imagine. But that would have been great. But I guess we still get flashlights, Vanessa, for the cars.
Yeah, we'll still have flashlights, the little vests with reflectors, PPE, and other stuff that we've had in previous counts.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, a lot of people like to take those vests home. I said no. Unless you're gonna bring it back next year and wear it, that's fine.
Right.
So yeah, people get excited about those little vests for some reason. But they actually work. Okay, now as far as security, what did you find out about that? And police department, you want us to contact them or you want to contact them? They are aware of the count all 3 nights, right?
We only have to cover for SPA 6. If you want law enforcement for that, you can direct them to the other members of my team or Carlos, Clementina. But for SPA 6, that's the only thing I'm kind of, concerned about, is that we're covered. If I realize that security and other issues have happened in the past with payments.
Right.
So I because I wasn't here and I don't know why that didn't happen, I did flag that SPA 6 will probably be needing and requesting more security guards because of that in the past. So I brought that to their attention. They're going to provide security for at least one security guard for each deployment site for the request. But if you have connections with law enforcement, if you want to contact them, that would be super helpful, because I'm still securing right now some deployment sites because previous locations are just unable to host this year at that. So we have coordinators, but we don't have the location. So I'm still working on that right now. And then I'm also working on the commitment, the community commitment forms as well.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, because Tori, because we have 3, just within UNNC, we have 3 different police divisions. And
no, I know.
And I'm saying SPA 6 has 3. I mean, UNNC has 3, but that SPA 6 itself also has the same 3. So it's not just Southwest, it's Wilshire and it's Olympic, because the area between the 10 freeway and Washington is not covered by Southwest. So it probably would be a really good idea to start communicating to the captains now.
Well, we always have the slow participate. They come every year. They bring me water, cases of water. They're very participatory every year. We've not had a problem with them showing up, and they follow some of the teams. But see, those are a lot of times the foot teams. I mean, who are walking and driving teams. But I guess we're not gonna have any walking teams this time, huh? So it's interesting because sometime over by the mall, unless you get out and walk a little bit of those parameters, you can't see the people. So I don't know. They got to use their discretion on that. It depends on where the maps are, and I'll look at them as we go along and see and make comments for people that may not know the area as well. because I mean, I've done it myself. We've driven by the mall, and if you just drive by outside the gate, it doesn't look like anyone's there. But if you go in and look in those stairwells, there are people there, or a person or so. So you got to know what you're looking for.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens. It's gonna be good. We'll make it work. So I will contact Collins because we've been switching senior lead officers for a minute now since Louise left. But there's always been 2 or 3 officers that come, and I always usually let them speak and say a few words and let you know that they're looking out for the teams. And what about the car magnets?
Let's say, fill me in on that one because I haven't heard that.
Oh, we used to have car magnets for those that drive. They put it on the driver's side or the passenger side or wherever it's visible for someone to see that they're participating in the count.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can look into that.
Okay.
And I'll ask about it.
Okay. Yep. Car magnets and vests and flashlights, clipboards, of course.
Tori, didn't we also discuss potentially having a letter for different restaurants or other food donations for volunteers when they come to the deployment site?
Yeah, we did mention that. Yeah, we did. Did you touch base with them yet? We said Truffle Brothers. Surfers was the one I was thinking about. SURFAS.
Yeah, because they have prepackaged little food, but what about Every Table?
Every Table, are they still open? They still
Oh my God,
functioning?
they're massive.
Yeah, I know they've been providing a lot of food since the
Right.
COVID shutdown.
Well, and just
Every Table.
yeah, so
You have that
it
one,
is 7
Vanessa?
o'clock, but Every Table might be willing.
Yeah.
Pastor Anderson is married to one
Right.
of the execs there.
Exactly.
Oh, at Every Table?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I met her at Amazon Apple Store one day.
Right. So, okay, well, Tori, why don't we also follow up on some of that? And because I think we're overwhelming Vanessa now.
No, Vanessa has a letter already that's already ready.
Right, but you've given her magnets or other car IDs and this and that and the other thing. So maybe we could just quickly follow up with some of our local food sources and report to Vanessa on that.
Yeah, we can do that once I get the letter. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, perfect. And then you'll follow up with law enforcement though too?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
I see something came in the chat, even though now everybody wants to chat. Let's see.
Well, mostly everybody's chatting to say it's 7 o'clock. We have to go. I made you keep it open till 7, but it is 7 now.
Oh, okay. Whew, that's Muriel. That's funny. Thanks everyone, and Vanessa for the info. Caroline, okay, thank you.
All right, thank you everyone. And I just emailed you with the winter list as well. So you have all the PowerPoint and flyer.
Oh, great. So everyone can be participatory. The winter shelter list, anyone can be referred to, and anybody who likes to participate and be part of the solution, take that list with you at all times till you get used to where the spots are. And if you see someone that looks like approachable and they're really wanting to be inside, especially when it gets really cold, like last night, you just refer them to one of those and they get there at a decent hour around 5 p.m. or so, and they get checked in and they have a place to stay for the night or for the winter, really, if they go every day like they should.
Right. And
So
I didn't have everybody's email. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't have everybody's email, so I sent it to I think 4 people. So if you can just share it with everybody, that would be great.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Yeah, Laura, send it.
Yep, I will.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I appreciate everyone this evening, and Laura, thank you for continuing on tonight, even though you're not feeling 100%. Dorit, thank you for taking the minutes, and we shall see each other after Thanksgiving.
Nope.
All right.
Thank
Be
you.
safe.
Okay, and Jisa, talk to you Tuesday. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. I'm ending the meeting now. Thank you.
Okay, have a good night. Get some rest.
Thank you.